What's up, everybody? So, if you haven't seen it, the new Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League long video came out from the developers, just kind of a walkthrough, and it looks like it's going to be a part of a series because they label it as Part 1, Episode 1, something like that. I don't know if they want to give out too much. I mean, this kind of shows a lot. I don't know what else we would need to see. Maybe a boss fight. I wouldn't mind just getting to the game and, experiencing that fresh and without seeing anything. But, it is what it is. I want to make one thing clear, though. Okay, I appreciate hard work, man. I respect hard work. It's not easy working your ass off on something, I'd say, especially as a collective, which Rocksteady is. It's either a big celebration or a huge letdown. Especially with these AAA games and really any game nowadays, you're kind of expected to keep the game going with new content, after release. But if the game is dog shit, you have a chance to fix it, which is good, or you just have a lot of time and money to waste. For example, like Square Enix with the Avengers game. Now, let me say this. I think this game actually looks better. I think if I separate myself from which characters I like better, this game just looks and feels more like a Suicide Squad game should feel, in my opinion, of course, than the Avengers game felt. As far as the Avengers game didn't really feel like an Avengers game, it kind of just felt like we were playing as the Avengers, which was awesome. But, for example, when Avengers dropped, it had like 2 villains. That was dog shit. And they only added 1 Maestro, I think, until they finally pulled the plug on that game. One thing that makes these multiplayer superhero games so exciting is that you get to fight the villains you see in the comics or in the movies, whatever, yourself. It's like, okay, we're the Avengers right now, and we get to fight Ultron, which never happened, which is sickening. But in this game, what's cooler is that you get to fight the heroes. And, this lineup of playable characters is not ideal to me. But bear with me, okay? They have already confirmed a lineup of boss fights that I think would be very cool, because it's Kill the Justice League. Problem is with everything else. And I hate to say that because, obviously I have not played this game, so maybe I'm just talking out my ass, which is very possible. But from this gameplay, man, you can just see it. It just looks like everything in between the boss fights will be boring. And I hope I'm wrong. Really, I hope I'm wrong, bro. I was really excited for this game. But I was also excited for Gotham Knights. We all know about that. But that game looked like dog shit even before launch, to be honest. It looked like a mobile game. I remember watching a video and it looked like a straight game on your iPhone. This game has pretty good graphics, though. I thought the dynamic between the characters was great, especially Harley. To be honest, I really was annoyed when they put her in the game. Even though I knew at the time, they really had to. She's really an easy way to humanize the group as a whole. Because she's goofy and shit, but she's just so weak. I don't care what anyone tells me. You put one of those infected or whatever the villains are in this game in front of her, she's getting rocked, bro. She's getting smoked. And before any of you trigger-happy, sensitive motherfuckers, bro, say anything. I'm sure if you put the Joker in front of one of those things, he'd get fucked up too. Any regular human that has no training on weapons or fighting, whatever, man. One thing I thought was so sick about this gameplay, and I really recommend you guys go watch it for yourselves without me talking over it. But one thing I thought was really cool was they get their abilities. If you've seen videos in the past of this gameplay, not this specific video, but just gameplay of the game, they have all these weird abilities. And I was thinking at the time, like, man, what the fuck is this? It reminded me of Robin and Red Hood. Like, they had some weird-ass abilities in Gotham Knights, and I thought that was just so corny. But in this, they actually get those abilities from gear they steal from the Hall of Justice. I thought that was very cool. And see, something like that is what excites me about the game still. Because that's what I like about Rocksteady is they really know what they're talking about. They know this universe so well, and it's so rewarding playing one of their games when you know the universe as well. Because you get a whole bunch of little things like that. But at the same time, man, why this? Like, why can't any of these games work? And of course, I'm speaking way ahead of myself. This game might be a hit. But it kind of makes me think, is this why Insomniac they chose to keep Spider-Man 2 a single-player only game, even with the addition of a whole another Spider-Man? I talk about this with my friend all the time, and we're just talking about, like, what is so hard about these types of games? What makes it, like, impossible to work? And we don't have a lot of examples, but the Avengers, like I was talking about earlier, is a huge one because, those kind of games, it's an easy sell. It's a very easy sell. And don't get me wrong, man, I spent hours on Avengers. I put a lot of hours in that game because I liked the gameplay. It's just, that game had end game problems, but I can kind of see something that's very similar between the two. Just and kind of funny because the Avengers movies had this issue too, where you're just fighting mindless, enemies. And in a video game, it makes a lot more sense. And I get it. It just doesn't seem like it'll be too fun, to be honest. Besides the boss fights, I guess everything besides the story. I think the story will be good because I trust the developer. Honestly, I trust them as much as Insomniac. I see them as two sides of the same coin almost. We will see though. After this, this game has had its issues too. It's been delayed a few times. I remember seeing this game being announced a long time ago, but hey, it is what it is, man. Maybe this game will be a hit. For sure, I'm gonna buy this game. I guess. I say that because I didn't buy Modern Warfare 3, even though, that's just one of those games that's super hype, but I didn't spend money on that shit because I don't think it deserves my money, bro. And I think a lot of you guys should go into these games with the same mindset because that's the only way these things are gonna change. In this case, it's a very big AAA game. I think this game, I was about to say this game is harder to make than Modern Warfare 3, but I should say Modern Warfare 2. Because Modern Warfare 3 is nothing more than a Modern Warfare 2 update. But hey, that's another topic. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you if you watch this. Have a good day, boys. Peace.